Hey horror fans, welcome back to another episode of Terror Talk where I discuss creepy clips online. The original horror music that you hear in these videos is composed by me. I am also a huge horror movie fan, so if you'd like my top 5 horror movie recommendations and frequent horror movie reviews sent straight to your email, check the pinned comment below after watching. I also have another free gift that will inspire that creepy side of your imagination. Now let's get into it and have some fun.
I'm a graduate student studying civil engineering at Purdue University. I actually started a few months ago. I was in a good place, all things considered. Classes were going well, I made a couple friends, and the apartment I found was decently priced. The landlord was pretty sketchy, though. I had a car and lived pretty far away from campus, but I liked driving. The only downside, it was a sketchy part of town, but I didn't care much about that. I'm a guy in my mid-20s, so I figured I could handle myself. Yeah, things were a little boring, but I was there for a degree and not a party. Everything was pretty normal until the day my backpack got stolen.
Yeah, I kind of admire the guy's attitude about college because I feel like a lot of people go to college just to party and not actually study. And I took my studies in college very seriously. I studied music and it was a great time. But did you take college seriously or did you just party the whole time? Let me know in the comments below.
I had left it on a table in a random hall to go to the bathroom like an idiot. By the time I got back, it was gone. Of course, that specific lecture hall didn't have cameras, so there was literally nothing I could do. I was more annoyed than anything. My wallet, keys, and laptop were in there. I had to cancel my cards and get new ones, report my keys missing to the landlord, and start looking for a replacement laptop. It was a whole thing. It sucks, but things happen. It wasn't until a few days later that I realized the situation was 1,000 times worse than I had anticipated. I drove home from campus one evening to find a handwritten note slipped under my door. I figured it was just a reminder from my landlord about something, but I was dead wrong. When I opened it up, it just said, "I see you." No name, no signature, just those 3 words. I instantly put 2 and 2 together. Whoever had stolen my backpack had gone through my laptop somehow and figured out where I lived. That was terrifying enough, but just then I had a thought that was so much worse. Whoever had stolen my backpack had my apartment keys.
Yeah, that would be terrifying, wouldn't it? To come home after your backpack is stolen and seeing that note saying "I see you." Like, wow. How would you respond and react in this situation? Because that would be very anxiety inducing, like completely anxiety inducing.
I felt my skin starting to itch, and I looked over my shoulder, half expecting to see someone there. I ran into my apartment and slammed the door shut. I had a deadlock, so even if someone did try to break in, they wouldn't be able to get past that. Over the next week, I got more notes, all handwritten. They weren't long, just weird phrases like, "I know what you did," or "watch yourself." At that point, it was really starting to freak me out. I had never done anything wrong, really, but if someone had gone through my laptop, who knows what they could have found? I really didn't know what to do. Would going to the police even help? I figured I'd wait it out a little longer, hoping whoever was messing with me would get bored. One night, I was getting ready for bed when I noticed something. It was dark outside and my blinds were half closed, but I could have sworn I saw a flash, like someone took a picture of me. I quickly pulled the blinds down, but my heart was racing. There was no one there. Things didn't stop there. I started noticing small things around my apartment, things being moved. At first, I thought I was just being careless. My shoes would be in a different spot, or my coat would be draped over the chair instead of hung up. It was little things that I could explain away if I really tried. But then, one day, I came home to find my bedsheets stripped off and my room completely turned upside down. My dresser drawers were pulled out, my books scattered across the floor. It looked like someone had torn through the place. I called the cops, of course, but they didn't do much. No forced entry, nothing stolen, so there was not much they could do, apparently.
Yeah, and again, in so many of these goddamn situations, the cops don't do shit. And it's honestly angering that you keep hearing of things like this happening and, "Oh, well, the police can't do anything because there's no forced entry, huh?" Well, screw that, honestly. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, those are just my thoughts on it, and it is angering. Very much so.
I asked my landlord to change the locks, but he said it would take at least 2 days to get someone out. I begged him to make it happen sooner, but he shrugged it off, saying it wasn't an emergency. I felt betrayed. How in the world could this guy not think that this was an emergency? I kept pressuring him to do something, but he eventually stopped answering, no matter what I said. That was literally yesterday as I'm writing this. I barely slept at all last night, even though I was safe with the deadlock in place. I'm thinking of changing the locks myself, but I'm not sure how I could even do that without causing expensive damage. I called out of all my classes this morning because I'm afraid to leave my room. I'm still here, writing all this down. I'm prepared to confront whoever it is if they come back. I'm sure if they went through my laptop, they would know my class schedule. Maybe I'll hide somewhere and get the jump on them if they try to enter while I'm supposed to be at class. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'll give an update when I can.
Dang, that's pretty intense that it ends like that, huh? Just being completely paranoid looking over your shoulder. And I don't know how'd the guy get in there in the first place if the deadbolt was there. I'm a little confused on that part, unless I missed something. But that just goes to show you that there are a lot of crazy people in this world, and especially when you have a backpack or something of importance to you that has a laptop in it with a bunch of sensitive information, don't ever let it out of your sight. Because with my phone, I've never lost my phone, and knock on wood, of course, but I'm always keeping track of that thing. Like, I never set it down for 1 second because I know some asshole is going to steal it if I do. And you just have to have that mentality, like, don't set anything important anywhere down, not even for 1 or 2 seconds, and look away, because good chances are it's going to be gone, and you're definitely going to regret that you did that. But I thought this was definitely a creepy story, and I hope you enjoyed my commentary and the music, and I will see you in the next video.